Hello everyone, and welcome back to Carols of Wisdom from my first Know by Year. And today's video is going to be discussing the Fairytale of New Clothes. This is actually a Christmas carol that I was not familiar with until very recently, like last year or the year before. So let me know if you like it. Hopefully I managed to actually get it done in this time period. So I've been talking about this question already in a couple of videos recently. What is it that I want when I want new clothes? What is this fairy tale, this fantasy of the new clothes that I'm constantly seeking, it feels like? Why do I still even want to buy clothes? And because those videos were kind of long and rambling, and many of you may or may not have stayed until the point where I said this, I'll start with this in this video. When you're looking at an outfit or an article of clothing or fantasizing about bringing something new into the wardrobe, oftentimes the inspiration we've seen includes the whole package. We see an outfit on somebody, we see someone demonstrating a new style. That outfit, that style, includes the person wearing it, and you can't buy that. Buying the clothes doesn't make you that person. It doesn't make you have the same aura, the same vibes. It doesn't make you carry yourself the same way or have lived a similar life. You can't buy yourself into a style. You can't buy what that person looks like in the style. It's like that series that was popular for a while, it might still be, about is it an outfit or is she just a model or is she just skinny or is it just because this person is a certain way? And that, to me, is kind of the essence of this answer. What is the fantasy of new clothes? Well, oftentimes it is the fantasy of being that person in those clothes. And that can never be bought. You can't ever buy yourself into looking like that person. And, you know, some of the outcomes of those is an outfit or is she just skinny videos do end with it is an outfit. But nonetheless, it's still an outfit for the person demonstrating the outfit, not necessarily for everybody. Even if the outfit objectively looks good on everybody, it's not that the outfit will match everybody's essence. I have some items in my own closet that I feel this way about. Some of the more overtly feminine tops, you know, the green silk top is an example of this. I wore it a few times in the previous weeks. Where it's a beautiful top, I think it looks good on me. It doesn't totally match what I feel like is my essence. Now, do I still like the top and wear it? Yes, I'm gonna keep it, I'm gonna wear it. It is serving many practical purposes in my wardrobe. It's not impossible with more time, with more years under my belt, it might start to match my essence more and more. And it might not even take that long. As early as next year, I might feel like, wow, I really love the loose kind of frilly lace details of this blouse, and I might feel totally myself in it. I'm not saying that that's impossible either. But the point is, something that looks good or flatters somebody isn't necessarily going to match with their essence or project who they think they want to be or project to the viewers, to the audience of those in their lives. So remembering that, not just with clothes, but with everything, you know, products that you see people using, they are part of the function of that in their lives. Makeup products, the face that they're putting it on is part of the look. We can't buy that face. As much as cosmetic surgery would like us to think we can buy that face, exactly. It's not the same. Even if we have the face, we aren't what's behind the face. We can't buy the essence of that person. If I were to buy a cosmetic surgery mask of Marilyn Monroe, that doesn't make me into Marilyn Monroe. That just makes me somebody who looks like Marilyn Monroe on the surface and has a personality that's nothing like hers. I don't actually know that for a fact. I've never met Marilyn Monroe, and I don't know a whole lot about her, so I can't say that for a fact. Maybe we have a lot in common. But for example purposes, just going with that. So people who look the best in their clothes and with the stuff that surrounds them, the things that they have, embody confidence with their choice. They're at peace with those choices. They don't second guess their choices. They don't fidget with the material on their shirt or whatever because they don't know if it feels right on their skin. They don't question whether their artwork is going to make them look pretentious or have certain connotations because it's just them. And if it does have those connotations, so be it. They can't help it in that case because that's just who they are. So I think they either unquestioningly love it, it is a part of them, or perhaps they've chosen it for utility purposes, and whether the love matches up is of secondary importance. And that is just as valid. In fact, I could maybe say that about this coffee cup. I think it is extremely useful. The design is extremely practical. Does this say something about my inner artistic essence? Maybe not. I don't think it necessarily clashes either, but when I compare it with something like this picture that I've chosen, these purses that I display, and, even something more fun like this. This is a plant pot, actually, that I have never had a plant in, but maybe someday. These communicate something about what I feel inside, how I feel like I would look if you stripped away, all the exterior and just saw the, the bare essence of my soul. I feel like something can be ascertained from objects like this and like the instrument picture, like my purses. You can tell something about the essence. Whereas with this cup, maybe not so much. But I'm not looking for a portable coffee cup that conveys my essence. I should also say this. Not everything in life has to be something that does this. And for some people, not even their clothes, not even their makeup, not even the things they choose to outwardly present themselves with, encased in, is necessarily indicative of their essence. I think that in itself is a choice as well. And we don't have to choose it every day. I come back to that quote that I stumbled upon back in my days of TikTok. Not every day has to be a sleigh. And I think by a sleigh, the creator is also referring to not every day has to be a true reflection of yourself through what you're wearing. Because the days that feel like a sleigh, I feel like are the days that embody that for ourselves. That we go out and we think, this is me. This is my essence. Somebody can look at my outfit and think, yeah, I got you pegged, and know some things about you in a positive sense. The positive judgments, right? But not every day has to be one of those days, and that can be okay. And we don't have to think we look bad in not slaying either, is perhaps the other side of that coin that I am more focused on this year. It's not just that not every day has to be a slay and you can look bad some days and feel okay about looking bad. I would like to take it a step further and say, you don't have to feel bad about looking bad. You don't even have to feel like you look bad when you're not embodying yourself. If I go out in a sweatshirt and sweatpants that are objectively not the right size or, not flatteringly fitted or flattering colors, I don't have to feel bad about that. That's a choice. Am I not embodying my true fabulous self by going out like that? Sure. Is it also just a moment in time and not necessarily choices indicative of my lack of regard for myself? Yes, I don't think we have to tie those things together all day, every day. And the way I would prefer to operate is to focus on when it shows something positive and to disregard it when it shows something negative. So in other words, it's kind of the adage of if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it at all. I would like to extend this to my thinking. And if I don't have something nice to think, just don't think it. If I see somebody walking down the street in their sweatpants or even pajama pants or whatever, what's stereotypically known as pajama pants, I can't even say with certainty with the trends what's meant for inner or outer wear, but that's beside the point perhaps. If I see somebody else where perhaps I would formally judge for what they were wearing as far as being maybe not appropriate for the elements or not appropriate for the formality level of where they are, I would like to remove my judgment associations in the negative sense. And I am not saying that dress codes need to be totally abolished or that there's no standard of formality for anywhere. I haven't extended this idea that far in my mind. I'm not necessarily comfortable in projecting that onto other people either. I don't think you should think this way necessarily, unless you want to. So this is getting maybe a little bit into the weeds, but I guess I'm just saying it doesn't serve me to think negative things about people or make negative judgments about people. It's positive in my mind to notice things in a positive way, to notice things in a way that enhances my experience of this person, of what they're giving. If it seems like a person has chosen their outfit with care to slay, in other words, then I am all in favor of appreciating their slaying and complimenting them or appreciating the care that they've exhibited in their own look, right? I'm not taking that power away. but I am trying to take away the negative judgments that have been almost conditioned in me in a way. And I don't know if part of it's just watching too much content that's like, your style is bad, here's how to improve it. Or even, some creators focus on themselves. This is my style 3 years ago, this is what I would do. And I actually do like to see those videos where the creator goes back into their own past and talks about what they would change to make their style current, especially when they don't say that their old style was bad. I really love that, because that's the kind of lack of judgment in a negative sense that I am kind of focusing on implementing in my own life, in my own way of moving through the world. And it's not to say that I think you as an individual, you viewing this video, are walking around making a bunch of negative judgments. But I do think there is an atmosphere of negative judgment, an environment of negative perception that has been cultivated one way or another. Whether it's because of an overemphasis on putting care into our appearance, putting care into our stuff, choosing things that are going to make us look good, trying to look better. These are a lot of narratives we see in a lot of online content, in the fashion and beauty space especially. And so therefore, I do feel like we're moving through an environment that has some of these judgments within. And even if it's the judgment of, oh, this person could look better. That's not even saying that they look bad, but saying, oh, they could look better. That to me is not necessary unless the person is asking you directly, how do you think I could look better? And that is a circumstance that I'm not sure comes up very often in our real lives, at least not face to face for me anyway. So I guess in that way, it's like I want to train my thoughts to stay in their own lane unless it's something good. Don't think it unless you have something nice to think, unless you have a positive way of contextualizing whatever you're thinking. Now, there sometimes is an element of purchasable qualities in something we desire. So I earlier had a desire for larger pants, for more comfortable pants. And that is something I can purchase. I can buy pants in a larger size or with elastic waistbands. So some of these desires get muddied up with a grain of truth in there. So I can buy the attribute of more comfortable pants, but I can't necessarily buy the style, the look of that. It's not going to be the pants with the edgier silhouette that make me feel cool and edgy and sexy. Because the same pants on somebody else could make them feel totally frumpy and not themselves. The object is still the object, without me being who I am and matching myself successfully with the right things that serve my own life, my own essence, my own purposes. It's just not going to work out. And this is why watching other people and their own habits of consumerism, or what they recommend, or even to some degree their reviews of things, can be a little misleading. Because we have to be able to put ourselves into their shoes and recognize that they cannot put themselves into our shoes, into our pants, into our whatever it is that we're watching them to learn about, into our life and our needs for that product. The other thing is that I can and should be pursuing other things that give me those feelings, the feelings that I sometimes want to purchase through an outfit or through makeup or through clothing or through the way I present myself. If I want to feel cool and sexy and hip and whatever I want to feel, I can do the things that make me feel that way. And the things will likewise not be the same from person to person. Maybe reading a philosophy book makes me feel cool and hip and with it. And maybe the idea of that makes somebody else feel stuffy and old and not cool. And that's, it's the same idea, same activity, same kind of way of engaging, or maybe it's not the same way of engaging and that's why it doesn't feel cool to some people and it feels cool to others. But it's the same material to engage with. Something like speaking 2 languages. Do I think that that's cool and artistic and sexy? Yeah. Other people don't really care so much about it. There's lots of different avenues to pursue things that make us feel the way we want to feel. Playing sports, interacting with animals, caring about sustainability, playing instruments, being a parent, watching movies, swimming, running, hiking, going into nature, traveling, meditating, cooking, dancing, arts and crafts. Anything that we can do that interests us. Do those things. Be that person. Cultivate the things that make you feel the way you want to feel, that give you the skills and attributes that support those feelings. And then everything you wear will look like that, because you are the most important part of all of your outfits. And with that, I will see you tomorrow. Bye for now.